Tonight on the Northwestern News Report, a December lockdown causes ETHS to reevaluate their safety measures. NNN has a story on the school's approach and Evanston's reaction.
It's like a tug of war.
And a taste of Beijing closer to home. We hit the ice with Chicago's curling club.
Plus, students in the library aren't the only ones trying to think of the right answer. A taste of a Tuesday night tradition.
Those stories and more tonight on the Northwestern News Report.
It's your news
right now.
Good evening and welcome to the Northwestern News Report. I'm Gabrielle Coriati.
And I'm Melina Halka. We have a lot of stories to cover tonight,
so we're going to get right to it. Our first story of the night, last week, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker announcing a plan to end state mask mandates February 28th if COVID-19 trends continue to decline. The Cook County Department of Public Health announcing that they will follow this state guidance. However, Evanston has its own public health department and a separate mandate. The city has not indicated whether their mandate will lift with the rest of the state. Evanston Director of Health and Human Services Ike Ogbo did not respond to NNN's request for comment on any potential changes to the city's mask mandate.
In other COVID-19 news, the number of positive cases decreased this past week in Evanston, but the same cannot be said for the Northwestern campus, which saw a rise. The city of Evanston reports 181 new COVID-19 cases in the past week and a positivity rate of 1.84, a decrease from last week's 281 new cases and 2.15% rate. But cases at Northwestern have increased. The school's COVID-19 dashboard reports campus activity at yellow with a 2.78% positivity rate and 123 new positive cases between February 4th and February 10th, an increase from the previous week where campus activity saw 95 new cases and a 2.25% positivity rate. Northwestern has not had required testing for the past 3 weeks after the initial drop in cases.
Following a lockdown in December, Evanston Township High School, or ETHS, reevaluating safety measures. NNN's Lily Wolfson spoke to parents and professionals involved.
Parent Amy Averbach advocating for new security measures at ETHS.
Unless you address a situation, you can't assume somebody else is going to do it.
Averbach is part of the group Evanston for Safe Schools. After the December lockdown, she reached out to the Board of Education and ETHS with a request.
We are advocating for the Board of Education to research the weapons detection systems.
Parents like Amy Averbach are seeing cooperation from the school in investigating security. ETHS hired a new consultant to explore safety measures.
Do they have a safe learning environment today? The answer is yes. Is it perfect? No.
Consultant Paul Tim walked the ETHS property Friday and will release a safety report in a few weeks.
To review the security measures that they have in place and not just record findings.
The school contacted him in January, but when NNN asked if he was brought in as a result of the lockdown, Tim says,
I'm not familiar with that incident.
In a statement to NNN, a representative from ETHS said they disclosed the lockdown to the consulting company, FEA. ETHS junior Annabelle Rush isn't blaming her school for security issues.
It's America's fault that we're so proud of having guns that we let our own kids go to school knowing that they could get shot. It's kind of insane.
But she says metal detectors aren't the answer.
Metal detectors signs that we don't trust our students.
Community members striving to keep school in session and safe. Lily Wolfson, Northwestern News Network.
Thanks, Lily. ETHS says an administrative review will be scheduled to discuss the FEA findings.
Northwestern University Students for Justice in Palestine calling for a university-wide boycott of Sabra hummus. Yesterday, the group hanging a banner saying boycott Sabra in front of Norris before moving it to the Rock and putting stickers on Sabra products in the Norris market saying, quote, "This product funds apartheid." NUSJP's petition calls for Northwestern to stop selling Sabra products because of, quote, ties to human rights violations against Palestinians. Coming up, an insight on the community of Black Greek life organizations on campus.
And not the hairball you would expect to find in the bathroom. NNN has a story on the satirical newspaper plastered around Northwestern restrooms.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, "How are you?" or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Great having you.
Incredible women.
I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games.
I want to revolutionize 3D printing.
I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving. I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Coming soon to downtown Evanston, the city's reopening movie theater. This past week, AMC Theaters signing a lease for the movie theater on Maple Avenue. Before the pandemic, the theater was a Cinemark, but for the last 2 years has sat empty. But now the big screens could be back on as soon as this spring. And it's not just movie screens. A portion of the movie theater is planned to be combined with the second floor of the closed Urban Outfitters to create a space with an arcade and trampolines.
The start of February also means the start of Black History Month. NNN's Bridget Aduwadiye is live from the Black House to tell us about Black Greek organizations on campus. Bridget?
Thanks, Gabrielle. Northwestern's National Pan-Hellenic Council chapters contribute a unique Greek life experience for Black students. I spoke to chapter presidents about the difficulties of being a Black Greek life organization on campus.
NU's Black Greek life organizations provide a space for lifelong community building.
It's a rich history, too. If you want to be a part of something greater than just yourself and something that has made a huge impact on African-American Black life.
However, small membership, no housing, and a lack of awareness present challenges for the organizations.
Northwestern is a school that does not have that many Black students.
Out of the 9 historically Black organizations, 5 are active at Northwestern, and sometimes just one person runs the whole chapter.
I'm currently the only person in the chapter, so as much as it's important to me to be everywhere and do everything, I just can't physically be everywhere, and that's one of the constraints at being at a PWI.
None of the chapters have houses, unlike the predominantly white organizations in the Interfraternity Council and Pan-Hellenic Association, which could be both a hindrance.
Not having established housing does make community building more of a struggle, because I feel like if you have a house, you're able to have programming and events.
And an opportunity to connect with other Black student groups on campus.
There's so many people that are part of our organizations that kind of aren't only working within our own chapters, but we're also in other organizations around campus.
Keeping a historic tradition alive, one person at a time. Brigitte Duwatier, Northwestern News Network.
Some chapter presidents say that Black Greek life chapters don't have a house because they're just simply not big enough. Some have 5 members and some just have 1. However, not having a physical space doesn't keep them from being able to celebrate experiences of being Black at Northwestern and celebrating Black History Month. For example, Phi Alpha does a candlelight vigil celebrating Martin Luther King every year during Black History Month. And the Black House remains a significant community space for both Greek life chapters and Black student associations to meet and collaborate and have various events on campus throughout the school year.
Thanks, Bridget. Melina?
The city of Evanston plans multiple community events in honor of Black History Month this February. Every Tuesday at noon, the Fleetwood Jourdain Theater will broadcast on their YouTube a narrated profile of an influential Black woman in American history. An Evanston Public Library organizing Black history-themed scavenger hunts, crafts, and family game nights. You can learn more about this month's events on the City of Evanston website. All events throughout the Evanston community aim at embracing and honoring Black voices throughout history.
A homework break in Norris, a distraction in the classroom. Students across campus are all trying to guess the Wordle, a word game phenomenon, and the objective, simple. 6 guesses to find a 5-letter word. Throughout the past week, many NU students have taken to Twitter to share their daily scores. Capitalizing on this excitement, senior Alexis Miguel and his roommate created a Wildcat-themed version called Nerdle.
Yeah, there's a bunch of variations that we both kind of just play and we just have a lot of fun with it. So we thought, what if there's like a Northwestern one? But yeah, and then I kind of just finished it, tweeted about it, and then I think people just started playing it.
Miguel's version differs slightly from the original game. Ranging from 4 to 8 letters, scan the code to check it out.
Without a sweetheart, Valentine's Day can seem bittersweet. But how are Northwestern students finding love or any connection in the digital age? NNN's Liz Casalo started swiping to learn more.
Leading up to Valentine's Day, Tinder saw a boost in its app ranking. Over 50% of users are between 18 and 25, making the app popular among college students. And during the pandemic, NU students piloted Marriage Pact, a Stanford-based service that matches students with their campus soulmate.
They get like their hopes up and they're like, oh my gosh, I need to find out who my soulmate on campus is. Like, give me those initials now.
Some participate for fun, while others look for love.
Not the worst day of my life.
Frost went on a date with her Marriage Pact match last year and held out hope for this year.
I had literally a 1.2% compatibility rate. I do know people who are dating their Marriage Pact from last year. So good for them. I'm not bitter. Happy Valentine's Day.
Another service, No DM, founded at NU just before Valentine's Day, allows students to input their crush's names. In a statement to NNN, No DM said, quote, "With every other matchmaking service, you are almost always paired with a stranger. We put people first." The ASG Sustainability Committee and Northwestern Powerlifting Club created their own special interest matchmaking services.
We've gotten a fair number of responses.
So why do Northwestern students need so many tailored services?
People are lonely and desperate and sad.
Whether you're looking to dine with your soulmate or bench with some gym buddies, people say the quarter system pushes students to meet new people. Liz Casalo, Northwestern News Network.
For more information on these services, check them out on Instagram. And after the break, we'll see what curling looks like in Chicago. Stay with us.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Oh, look, a redhead.
staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
The Winter Olympics are in full swing in Beijing, and in Illinois is an opportunity for some to showcase their lesser-known sports. NNN's Maria Heim slides into Chicago's curling community.
Chicago Curling Club has been the city's hub for curling since 1948, and many come to try the sport first during the Winter Olympics.
Every 4 years you get the Olympics, and that always generates a lot of buzz. People get very interested in the sport.
The love for curling is all because of the community it creates.
It's a really nice, casual, social experience.
A community that spreads beyond Chicago.
One of the great things about the sport of curling is that you literally, no matter where you go in any country or any city, can show up at the local curling club there and you'll be welcomed in.
Rookies and experts alike are sweeping their way to a lifelong love of the sport.
You have the competitiveness, but not cutthroat.
However, it takes more than just pushing a rock.
It's like a tug of war. A good match between two good teams is a tug of war, because you might get one here, you get 2 points here, but it's well fought all the way through to the end, and then you can thank everybody, good curling, and go have a drink with them.
It was Chris Murphy's first time curling, and in her words,
it did not disappoint.
Taking it to the ice, no matter their age.
It's something you could do from as a kid all the way through your 90s or later.
And thousands of miles from Beijing, getting in the Olympic spirit.
It's one of the few Olympic sports that literally anybody can do. None of us are going to go ski jumping, but all of us can curl.
Sweeping people together. Maria Heim, Northwestern News Network.
Chicago Curling Club encourages people of all ages and abilities to try out the sport.
And NNN's Logan Schijano joins us now to talk Northwestern sports. Logan, I understand the men's basketball team has a pretty big game tomorrow at home. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely, Gabby. It's been a big week here on campus for Northwestern sports. The women's team had a big upset against number 4 Michigan on Sunday, and the lacrosse team had its first win in their home opener yesterday. But going to tomorrow, the men's team has a big game against number 5 Purdue, and to mark the big occasion, NNN Sports is having a live pregame show beginning at 7:15 Central Time. The team's taking on Purdue, and we're going to talk about both teams, how their seasons have gone so far, and we'll have special interviews with a couple of the players, and I'll be live in Welsh Ryan Arena to talk about, set the stage for the matchup. So be sure to tune in on the NNN Sports Facebook page. You won't want to miss it, 7:15 p.m. Central Time tomorrow.
Well, I know I'll be sure to tune in to the NNN Sports pregame show at 7:15 on their Facebook. Now, we might be seeing some warmer temperatures, but you'll definitely still need your coat. Maria Heim gives us a look at this week's forecast.
From rain to winter storms to sunshine, this week Evanston's getting it all. While we started off in the 20s this past Monday, we've got a little bit warmer today with a high of 38,
But tomorrow, we're getting into the big 5-0. 50 degrees is our high on Wednesday, and it's going to be a wet one, so pack your raincoat. Showers throughout the day with winds blowing at 22 miles per hour. This Thursday, we're watching a potential winter storm with a 70% chance of snow. We're going to be seeing 3 to 5 inches of snow expectedly. Temperatures are going to be at 30 degrees with winds at 24 miles per hour. Heading into the weekend, Friday will mellow out the winter storm with partly cloudy skies and a high of 26. The sun will be out on this weekend with a high of 30 on Saturday, and on Sunday, the sun will still be shining with a comfortable high of 44 degrees. This week, Evanston's weather is a roller coaster, but nothing you can't handle. I'm Maria Heim, and this was the weather for this week.
Thanks, Maria. This past weekend's forecast also included a polar vortex, but for that, we're not talking about the weather. NNN's Julia Narvaez-Munguia spins us back to this weekend's performances.
18-degree weather usually means staying inside with a cup of hot cocoa. But for Northwestern students, it's a reason to see their favorite local DJ.
For the first year of Polar Vortex, it's been really exciting. It's been a lot of learning curves.
Polar Vortex, a new tradition from student groups A&O Productions and Dot Wave. Before COVID-19, A&O hosted a benefit concert during winter quarter, but this year, bringing the event back by switching it up.
Something that could not only open it up to more students to be able to attend, but also be able to showcase the student DJs at Northwestern.
Typically, the event takes place indoors. However, due to COVID-19 restrictions, the event took place here on Norris East Lawn.
We were just looking for an venue in Evanston that could fit our size requirements and also be COVID safe. And honestly, the only thing that really checked out for us was doing something outside.
A&O wanted to bring more house music to campus with an event that took 3 months to plan.
There's other concerts or festivals sort of like Polar Vortex, and we thought it would be fun to reinvent sort of what benefit looked like.
The event, named for the polar vortex that hit Evanston 3 years ago, which dropped the temperature to as low as -20. But for now, in slightly warmer temperatures, students beating the cold by showing off their new dance moves. Julia Narvaez-Munguia, Northwestern News Network.
This year, A&O raised money to benefit Social Works, an organization that benefits youth in Chicago public schools.
In the past year, you may have seen a mysterious newspaper posted in restrooms all around campus. NNN's Olatunji Osho-Williams investigated just who is leaving the hairball in the bathroom.
Finding a hairball in the bathroom is usually disappointing, but this one is a welcome surprise.
And if you're in the bathroom and you get a giggle, I can't complain. I'd definitely like to see more of it.
The Hairball is a monthly satirical newspaper that riffs on campus events with absurd humor. Founded last year, you can find it posted in surprising places across campus.
I saw it posted at eye level above a urinal in tech.
The writers of the Hairball, that's a secret they keep to themselves, requesting to be kept anonymous.
I serve as the editor-in-chief. I'm Minister of Propaganda. And I'm the Secretary of State.
But why the bathroom? The inspiration for the Hairball came from a writer's college visit where they saw a satirical newspaper posted on a bathroom wall.
We love Sherman Avenue and we love the flip side, but we want them to know that at all times we are prepared for all-out war.
Students appreciate a chuckle on the toilet.
It's funny because no one knows who actually writes them or how to become a part of it. So it's kind of like this non-entity that exists that no one talks about.
In a place full of pressure, the Hairball hopes to provide release.
I hope that people take away a laugh, a brief exhale out of the nose, and I yearn for the day in which I get the news that somebody has plucked a hairball off the wall and used it when there was no toilet paper left.
A treat while taking a leak. Olatunji Osho-Williams, Northwestern News Network.
Thanks, Olatunji. Be sure to keep an eye out for their next edition. And coming up, NNN has a slice of the Tuesday night action from Bob's Pizza.
The president was William Howard Taft.
We'll be back after the break.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
on. We will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
For us, Tuesday nights are show nights, and you can always find us here in the studio.
But for other NU students, trivia at Bob's Pizza has become a Tuesday tradition.
NNN's Jason Harward takes us behind the scenes to meet Matt Bird, the trivia fanatic running the show.
All right, how's everybody doing tonight?
It's Tuesday at 8 p.m. and Bob's Pizza on Davis Street is packed for a night of trivia.
I said, how's everybody doing tonight? That's better.
The man at the center of the festivities is Matt Bird. For him, it all started 2 years ago when the previous MC, Chevy, ended his run.
He said, guys, I can't make the drive out here anymore. I'm going to have to stop coming, and we're going to have to shut down the trivia night.
But Bird wasn't going to let that happen.
It was such a heartbreaker, and I said, well, I don't want everyone to have to stop coming, so I'm going to go ahead and take over as trivia host.
The crowd has grown over the past 2 years, from 8 teams in the middle of 2020 to now about 30 teams on an average night. Students say the atmosphere and competition keep them coming back.
I just love spending time with friends and eating, figuring out questions, trying to get through tough questions, and the excitement of knowing a question.
For Bird, a full house is just how he likes it, although it can be a lot of work to count all those scores.
It's been gratifying. I like having, a full bar. It makes it fun for me to hear big cheers when people get the answer right.
Was William Howard Cab.
And who can say no to friends, pizza, and trivia? Jason Harward, Northwestern News Network.
Thanks, Jason. Head over to trivia after the show to see if you've got what it takes. The top 3 teams receive a gift card to Bob's Pizza. Now, Melina, I've never been to trivia because I'm always here every Tuesday. Have you ever gone?
I've never been anywhere for that matter, but I think we should definitely go. Sounds so fun, right?
It sounds like so much fun. Do you think you'd be good at it?
Probably not. I get stressed, and then I don't know. I guess we'll have to go and figure it out. Is there a specific topic you'd be good at?
I don't know if there's anything in particular that I would be good at. I know I love taking my history classes, but I don't know how good I am at recalling certain history trivia. Maybe if it was something more along the lines of English, about books or anything like that, that might be more my forte.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight.
Thank you for tuning in to the Northwestern News Report.
I'm Melina Jalgao.
And I'm Gabrielle Coriati. Good night.